What's going on, y'all? We back again with another video. Choo choo.
Zaza.
And we got some hot stuff for y'all today, man. So the talk of the town is Israel, Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, Ted Cruz, anti-Semitism,
Jew hating,
anti-Islam. You know, it's a whole lot of stuff.
Our greatest ally.
Yeah. So before we get into the video, I want y'all to hit the like, subscribe, comment, share with all your friends and family. It's our first time doing this in the beginning of the video, and then I forget at the end. But we want to show y'all something real quick, so let's get right into it. So we got Candace Owens.
Not Candace.
Yeah, right?
No. Candace is canceled.
Oh my goodness, not Candace.
We still like Candace.
Yeah, Candace. I mean,
she
be
still
bringing
be
the
spitting facts. I don't know. I never
stopped
watching her.
Yeah, and you can dislike her stance on stuff. I don't like. She's a Catholic. I mean, Orthodox Christian is the way, but I mean, that's not going to make me stop listening to her. But anyway, so she found this video of this pastor in the white church shucking and jiving for Israel. Straight shucking and jiving for Israel. So we just going to play it for y'all.
Let me just say this. If some of us spent the same amount of time we did on Fox News as we do the Bible, there would be a revival in America today. Some of you listen to Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens, and these guys are anti-Semitic. I don't care what anyone says. I'm going to say it. They're anti-Semitic. And they're...
Okay.
Why is the word anti-Semitic coming up in church?
In church. Off rip. There's no
Christian
mention
church.
of anti-Semitism. There's none of that in the Bible. There is none of that in the Bible. There is either love or hatred. What the hell is anti-Semitism, and why are you preaching this false doctrine in the church? This is what we be talking about. Y'all be grilling us on the internet saying that we hate Jews and we anti-Semitic. It's like, bro, y'all using words that's not even real. This shit's made up.
You made it up.
You made it up.
It's ignorant.
So when we call out the black community, y'all saying, "Oh, we heroes, y'all really speaking the truth." But when we call out the Jewish community, we're anti-Semitic.
I guess the liberals are right.
But y'all didn't call us racist for talking about black people. But why not even call us racist for talking about Jews? It's weird. It's real inconsistent, and it's making y'all look crazy. I'm not gonna lie. But let's keep going.
Their rhetoric is dangerous.
Oh.
And that's not it, by the way. Like I was watching this sermon going, this is incredible. Listen to who else he mentioned later on.
We're going to have my friend Robert Stearns is going to come here. And he has a unique ministry that God is utilizing him to touch the Israeli people. He knows Netanyahu. He knows all these amazing people. And I met Mike Huckabee, an ambassador of Israel. Let me just say something about Mike Huckabee. He's the real deal.
Oh.
He's the real deal. He's a good man of God.
We're talking about politics in the church.
What is happening?
What are we talking about, bro? What are we actually talking about?
You're losing me.
If I went to a church and they were sitting there talking about Benjamin Netanyahu, Tucker Carlson, and Candace Owens, I would leave. There is no reason for you to be talking about these people in church. We're supposed to be talking about the word.
Period.
Simple as that. Talking about the word and how we can apply it.
Oh, but the word says bless Israel.
I'm not even finna get into. You know what? Actually, I am.
That's
gonna
a
get
common
into that.
argument.
I am going to get into that because this whole notion that Christians are just supposed to blindly support the state of Israel is crazy. One, if you want to support Israel and donate your money, by all means, bless Israel and you'll be blessed. Go ahead, go crazy. All power to you. But when you vote for politicians that through the government take our tax dollars and give it to another country, is that not the same thing with Ukraine? Didn't y'all get mad at the Democrats for doing that? Didn't y'all get mad at the rhinos for doing that? Don't y'all get mad at Democrats for taking your tax dollars and giving it to poor people? But when you want to take everyone's tax dollars and give it to Israel because of your righteous indignation, because you're a Christian, that's okay, right? It's okay to take other people's money and give it to another country when it's for your benefit. When it's for something you want to do, that's when it's okay, right? Do y'all not see an issue with that?
I do.
You're hypocrites. If you want to send your money, send your money. But you can't get mad at other people for not wanting to send money. And honestly, if you want to send money, fine. My issue is that we are enforcing anti-Semitism bills in America.
Literally.
We're literally adopting these new definitions of anti-Semitism and we're making laws around this stuff. We're making laws around this. Where's the laws for the black people that they claim was oppressed so much? We got Democrats passing anti-Semitism bills. We got Republicans passing anti-Semitism bills. It's not making no sense. And I want to leave y'all with some verses because I got receipts. So just a couple of verses to name off. You can look these up if you want, which I really recommend you should, because when people say that we should support Israel because they're the chosen people of the Bible, it's like, okay, sure, yeah, fine, whatever, but he's not talking about the state of Israel that was established in 1948. It's not talking about that. And I'm going to just give you a couple verses to kind of, drill that point in. Galatians 6:16, Galatians 3:16, Galatians 3:29, Romans 9:6-8, Genesis 12:2-3, Romans 11:11-12, Ephesians 1:4-5, Galatians 6:10. Yeah, and First Timothy 5:8 is literally saying take care of your house before you take care of somebody else. We got issues in our country today, right now. We are being invaded, and our kids are being sexualized, and you sending money and giving your support, saying Israel first.
Nah.
You should be deported for that, bro.
All right, go over there.
It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. And I can't believe that these Christians on this side is actually saying this. Like, y'all, you can't be serious. You cannot be serious. You cannot be serious. And then apparently it's cool to just beat up on Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson right now. It's trendy to beat up on them. What about being not conformed to the patterns of this world? You see everybody throwing stones at Candace, and you think, oh, because I'm a Christian, I don't like what she's saying, I'm gonna throw stones too.
I mean, not only is it trendy, apparently it's also profitable. I mean, Candace had people pulling up receipts of how people was getting paid. People was getting paid, like in churches. That pastor that was up there talking about Israel more than likely was paid for it. She also revealed this in her video. That's why we still watch her. I like the fact she comes.
This, we had screen recordings, everything.
I hope this message finds you well. At the Center for Jewish Christian Understanding and Cooperation, we've always believed that the strength of our communities lies in how we show up for one another, especially in difficult times. Showing up for one another when you got shit going on yourself too. Show up for me even though you got your own problems. That's the strength of being a Judeo-Christian or whatever. We've recently been troubled by certain statements made by public voices like Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens, individuals with large platforms whose words carry weight. While we understand and respect different political views, the language they've used lately has crossed the line.
Oh. Hey, thought police. Your language has crossed the line.
It's not just provocative or controversial in some cases. It's veered into rhetoric that echoes classic anti-Semitic tropes. Questioning Jewish loyalty, downplaying the Holocaust, and framing Jewish communities as global manipulators. So you can't even say that. You can't even say that.
They're telling Christians this. At church.
Bro, why is it so crazy that everyone's acting like you can't say that Jews do this and Jews do that and they control media and they do that? We were watching South Park last week. And literally, the main theme of the episode was that the Jews controlled Hollywood and the media. That was the whole... Mind you, South Park is made by Jewish people.
This episode came out like 2002.
Right, this came out over 20 years ago. And it was fine. It was cool. It was a joke. No one really cared. But now in 2025, the year of our Lord, now it's a problem.
A huge one.
Now you can't even say that. Like, when did we get so soft, bro? When did we come to the point where you can't even say stuff that we used to say? But they weren't saying this in 2002. There was no anti-Semitic trope. It was a classic trope. Who cares, bro? Who cares? They've been saying niggas eat watermelons for 200 years. I mean, you don't see us crying. It's ridiculous. It may not always be obvious at first glance, but to those who have seen where this kind of speech leads, it's deeply unsettling. They're talking about the Holocaust. Every time you criticize Jew people, it turns into the Holocaust. Okay. If every time we did it, it turned into the Holocaust, why are we still talking about the Holocaust? If it's happening so much, if every time this happens, it turns to the Holocaust, why are we only talking about one Holocaust? Why is it always Hitler? Anyway, we're not asking anyone to take sides politically. Yes, you are.
Right. Yes, you are.
This is about something deeper, about spiritual accountability and the moral influence church leaders like yourself have in shaping how people treat one. See,
The
this
gaslighting.
this is why, as a Christian, you have to know what you're talking about. You can't just be feeling compassionate and all emotional about Jewish people and think that's the Holy Spirit. No. That because that's cap. Because you fall for stuff like this. You fall for stuff like this. We're not talking about politics. We're talking about spiritual accountability and morality.
Right. Whatever.
It's like, what? Morally, we should be taking care of our country and not passing anti-Semitic speech laws that infringe on our First Amendment. When y'all been talking about hate speech for the past 10 years and not damn law got passed about that. But anti-Semitism, right through.
Right through.
Right through. Okay. With that in mind, we'd be grateful if you would consider speaking briefly on this in one of your upcoming services. Even a few words encouraging awareness, compassion, and caution when engaging with media voices that spread division under the cover of opinion.
Wow.
Right. Okay. Hold on.
So now if it's divisive, it's no longer an opinion.
Right, exactly. If you're open to it and willing to share a recording or summary of your message, we'd like to offer a small gesture of support, a donation of $25,000 in Bitcoin. Bitcoin?
Yeah, Bitcoin. That's sketchy as hell. Bitcoin?
To your congregation. No strings attached. It's an expression of thanks and solidarity. So they're giving people money.
No strings attached.
No strings attached.
Unless, of course, you don't take it. Then you might get in big trouble.
They're giving people money.
They're giving people Bitcoin.
Holy crap, bro.
Center for Jewish Christian Understanding and Cooperation. No, that's the people who paid them. Oh wait, you missed the go back. You missed the part where it revealed the name of the person who wrote this. That email.
Rabbi Shlomo Riskin.
Rabbi Shlomo, founder of the Center for Jewish Christian Understanding and Cooperation, located in Israel. So he is emailing American pastors and telling them to rile up their congregation with this anti-Semitic talk.
First off,
if
you're in Israel, why the hell do you care if people in America think a certain way about you? Why do you care? I'm not understanding
Gotta reach
this.
the Christians.
I am not understanding this. That makes no sense. Can somebody explain to me why a rabbi in Israel cares about what little old me thinks? How is that going to affect you? I'll tell you how it's going to affect you. We stop sending them money. We stop sending our military over there. We stop being their greatest ally. I mean, like let's just keep it a buck. I'm not saying they need to get wiped off the earth or none. No, by all
they
means,
just need
no.
to stop digging in our pockets.
But we shouldn't be sending them money in the billions when we got our own issues over here. And then they're lobbying our politicians
and our church members.
Our spiritual leaders, not only our political leaders, our spiritual leaders within the church, lobbying them because this is lobbying. This is bribery.
Don't forget the media.
And remember, they
I mean, it sounds like they're controlling everybody's mind.
Overwhelmingly represented in the media. Overwhelmingly, that's
so we got
lobbying.
The media, we got the churches, we got the politicians. I mean, what else? What else do they need? So they got everything.
Right. But you're walking around calling people anti-Semitic for pointing this out.
Bot. You are a bot. You are never mind.
You're a bot. That is robot activity.
Wait a second.
No free thinking, none of that critical thinking, none.
So this is on the Jewish. This is Rabbi Shlomo.
Cash for a little bit of a mention, but
wait a minute. So this again, the website for Center for Jewish Christian Understanding and Cooperation, and I think she went to like the about page or something, and it's a whole little spiel about Rabbi Shlomo. Oh, a Christian Zionist organization with 1.2 million. Hold on, we gotta read this, please.
Okay, Rabbi Dr. Shlomo Riskin, founder, internationally renowned educator, speaker, and author. Rabbi Shlomo Riskin changed the status quo of Jewish-Christian relations in 2008 by opening the first Orthodox Jewish center to dialogue with the Christian world, the Center for Jewish-Christian understanding and cooperations. Through hosting tens of thousands of Christians at its headquarters in Jerusalem and sending staff lecturers to all four corners of the globe, the CJCUC is
CJ Cuck.
CJ Cuck.
That's what it says.
It says
CJ Cuck.
That's hilarious. It's sending a message to the world that Judaism and Christianity can work together to turn a fragile and fragmented realm into a united global community committed.
I'm like United Global Community. I like the sound of that. That sounds very weird.
To a GD of love and peace.
What?
Why they spell God like that?
You are Jewish.
That's weird. That's weird.
Yeah, they didn't even spell out God. That should be that should be a red flag for any Christian, but it's not.
That's very weird. Of love and peace. It sounds very liberal. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu awarded the honor of Ambassador of Jewish-Christian Relations upon Rabbi Riskin.
Wow.
Or Riskin? I'm going to say
whatever.
Riskin it. In recognition of his pioneering efforts in reconciliation between Jews and Christians.
Wait a minute. So it said that Netanyahu gave this guy who wrote that email an award and awarded him the honor of Ambassador for Jewish-Christian Relations. So this is an official guy. This is the guy. He got honored by Benjamin Netanyahu.
Right. So when y'all sit here and say that, oh, we the government is different from the people that live there, and the religious Jews is different from the secular Jews, and it's like, bro, come on now. That may be true, but clearly they're working together. Clearly, it's a Jewish community. It's a community. It's a culture. A Jew is a Jew is a Jew. A black is a black is a black. A white is a white is a white. You can't spin me with that. So when the Prime Minister of Israel is giving this guy authority and awards to go out and evangelize on the name of Judeo-Christian values, you can't sit here and say that the government is different from the people, different from the culture, different from the religion. You can't say that. Like this is proof right here. You just can't. What was I at? In addition, Rabbi Riskin was given the Interreligious Dialogue Award by Pave the Way Foundation and was bestowed the title of Rabbinical Authority to Christians United for Israel.
Christians United for Israel. Bro, this dude is the guy who wants to connect Jews and Christians and put them together. Even though the Jews, they'll take Christ as their savior. Hey, that's the one little issue. But we can ignore that because they're our greatest ally.
Right, and I know some Zionist Christians are gonna get in our comments. Oh, some Jews do accept Jesus. Well, clearly we're not talking about them.
Duh.
Because they'd be Christian. Duh. They are called Messianic Jews. Messianic Jews, aka Christian Jews, are not who we're talking about. We are talking about secular Jews. We're talking about Judaism.
So this what's this?
Talmudic Jews.
What's this?
Rabbinical.
This Rabbinical Authority is a Christian Zionist organization with 1.2 million members. Riskin is the founder and chancellor of Or Torah Stone Institute, one of the largest private educational networks. Child, She didn't even get into all this.
Right.
So it just keeps going. This dude is the... what I got from this is Mr. Shlomo is the guy to get you in your place if... That's it. That's really how she pulled up.
Oh, brother. This is ridiculous.
Just as we be trying to warn these black people going to these black churches about what's going on in their congregation, you got to have your discernment on wherever church you go to. Because you never know who is being paid.
Yeah, your pastor could be getting paid by Benjamin Netanyahu or Rabbi Shlomo, whatever his name is.
Shlomo, no.
Your pastor could be getting paid to give a certain message. Is that led by the Spirit or is that led by money?
It's not about the money.
And the fact, again, I'm trying to understand, why do you care what Americans think about your country? Why do you care? Why do you care what we think? Why do you care that Candace Owens has this platform and she's saying what she say? You never said nothing before.
Why are you bothered?
And why these Christians, y'all wasn't calling Candace racist when she was critiquing the black community. Now she's critiquing the Jewish community and y'all calling her
Right, because when it came to
anti-Semitic.
the black community, oh, we understand she's not talking about all black people, but she's talking about the problem. But
Right.
when it's the Jews, y'all don't have that rationale. It was like,
Why?
interesting.
Why? And it's like all of y'all. It's literally like 99% of y'all. Only the ones that's actually independent thinkers is asking these questions, because why are y'all inconsistent? Why are y'all hypocrites? Keep it consistent.
Monty.
Keep it consistent. That's all we asking. That's all we asking. That's what we've been doing. That's what we've been doing. We've been able to look at the black, because if you really look at it, for what it is, the black community and the Jewish community act a lot alike. A lot alike. Like it's so many similarities. I'm like, dang, they look just like the blacks. They're moving just like the blacks. They're looking out for each other. You know, they got the community or whatever. You know, they got some religious blacks or Jews. They got some non-religious. But regardless, the culture is the culture. So even though you're not, even though you may not, if you're black and you may not be a Christian that believe in Christ, you believe in some higher power. You believe in some God. You know, you probably say grace or whatever. You know, it's these traditions that you got within your culture. So to try to separate all the Jews, it's like, if the only thing that's going to separate you from your culture is Christ. Simple as that. Simple as that.
Yep. It's over with. Stop trying to gaslight us, period.
So please look up them verses I gave earlier in the video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and please stop just blindly following these pastors and these political commentators. Like, don't even blindly follow us. Fact check us. Like,
Look at this girl on my shrine.
get out.
Get out! Messing with my shrine.
Yeah, so just you gotta use your brain, man. Use
your brain.
Use
your brain.
Use discernment. And that's all we got for this video, guys. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Peace.